Crime brings together honest men and concentrates them. Things perceived as real become real in their consequences. Solidarity is, literally, something which the society possesses. Socialism is not a science, a sociology in miniature. It is a cry of pain. Methodological rules are for science, what rules of law and custom are for conduct. We do not condemn it because it is a crime, but it is a crime because we condemn it. Religion is, in a word, the system of symbols, by means of which society becomes conscious of itself. When mores are sufficient, laws are unnecessary. When mores are insufficient, laws are unenforceable. One does not advance when one walks toward no goal, or, which is the same thing, when his goal is infinity. Reality seems valueless by comparison with the dreams of fevered imaginations. Reality is therefore abandoned. Irrespective of any external regulatory force, our capacity for feeling is in itself an insatiable and bottomless abyss. It is society which, fashioning us in its image, fills us with religious, political, and moral beliefs that control our actions. Hence, we are the victims of an illusion which leads us to believe we have ourselves produced what has been imposed upon us externally. I have been the victim of this impulse for a year. At first it was insignificant. Then for about the last 2 months it has pursued me everywhere. The most barbarous and the most fantastic rites and the strangest myths translate some human need, some aspect of life, either individual or social. It is said that we do not make the guilty party suffer for the sake of suffering. It is none the less true that we find it right that he should suffer. We should not say that an act offends the common consciousness because it is criminal, but that it is criminal because it offends the common consciousness. Just as reflection disappears to the extent that thought and action take the form of automatic habits, it awakes only when accepted habits become disorganized. It seems very strange that one must turn back and be transported to the very beginnings of history in order to arrive at an understanding of humanity as it is at present. When there is no other aim but to outstrip constantly the point arrived at, how painful to be thrown back. Since imagination is hungry for novelty, and ungoverned it gropes at random. The totality of beliefs and sentiments common to the average members of a society forms a determinate system with a life of its own. It can be termed the collective or creative consciousness. Maniacal suicide. This is due to hallucinations or delirious conceptions. The patient kills himself to escape from an imaginary danger or disgrace, or to obey a mysterious order from on high, etc. Man cannot become attached to higher aims and submit to a rule if he sees nothing above him to which he belongs. To free him from all social pressure is to abandon him to himself and demoralize him. Liberty is the daughter of authority properly understood. For to be free is not to do what one pleases. It is to be the master of oneself. It is to know how to act within reason and to do one's duty. Melancholy suicide. This is connected with a general state of extreme depression and exaggerated sadness, causing the patient no longer to realize sanely the bonds which connect him with people and things about him. Pleasures no longer attract. When this ultimate crisis comes, when there is no way out, that is the very moment when we explode from within and the totally other emerges. The sudden surfacing of a strength, a security of unknown origin, welling up from beyond reason, rational expectation and hope. While the state becomes inflated and hypertrophied in order to obtain a firm enough grip upon individuals, but without succeeding, the latter, without mutual relationships, tumble over one another like so many liquid molecules, encountering no central energy to retain, fix, and organize them. One cannot long remain so absorbed in contemplation of emptiness without being increasingly attracted to it. In vain one bestows on it the name of infinity. This does not change its nature. When one feels such pleasure in non-existence, One's inclination can be completely satisfied only by completely ceasing to exist. Anyone who has truly practiced a religion knows very well that it is the set of regularly repeated actions that make up the cult, that stimulates the feelings of joy, inner peace, serenity, and enthusiasm that, for the faithful, stand as experimental proof of their beliefs. The cult is not merely a system of signs by which the faith is outwardly expressed. It is the sum total of means by which that faith is created and recreated periodically. Whether the cult consists of physical operations or mental ones, it is always the cult that is efficacious.